So DeSci is the latest trend in crypto and can potentially be huge in 2025. I mean, who doesn't like the idea of investing in real-world science project that can potentially change the world? And Binance actually approved of this narrative with their 63rd Launchpool project, the Bioprotocol. And let me tell you, man, Bioprotocol has so much potential. So this video will look into what Bioprotocol is, how it works, and as always, looking at the Binance Launchpool, how to participate, and give you my prediction of what I think the price of Bio is going to be after on Binance. Let's go. Before we begin, make sure to follow Binance and Bioprotocol on their X account for the latest updates. If you don't have a Binance account, make sure to use our referral link down in the description to join the Binance Launchpool and get a 20% off of your trading fees for life. Thank you. Okay, and this is the official announcement from Binance launching Bioprotocol on their 63rd Launchpool, right? We'll get back to this announcement in a little bit. For now, let's learn what Bioprotocol is. So right off the bat, right, if you want to learn about Bioprotocol, I would suggest two sources. First of all, it's this website right here from Binance Academy, right, which updates you on the latest projects. Basically, what is Bioprotocol? They give a pretty detailed breakdown of how it works, but then the second link is the one that I really recommend reading, is that from the Binance Research. All of the links will be down in the chat and the description, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I would follow this link if I want to learn about anything. Okay, so I would use this link by Binance and this research from Binance mostly for this video, and I would just give you more examples and explain everything more thoroughly in simple terms as we go. Starting from their website, Bioprotocol is DeSci's new financial layer engineered to commercialize the best science faster. And if you look at their bio, if you read it right here, a new home for decentralized biotech, co-own the medicines of the future. That's pretty ambiguous. Like, that sounds big. Like, we can actually own the medicines of the future. What does that mean? And how does the decentralized biotechnology works? Well, to put it simply, decentralized biotech is a smaller term of decentralized science, okay? And what that means is overall decentralized science allows scientific projects in the real world to raise funds and, you know, get more support through a decentralized manner instead of going the old route of looking at a centralized entity like big VCs, whatever, right? So with blockchain, they can do that through DAOs, right? They can issue their own tokens that represents the ownership of that science project that they're working on, and then we as a normal users, we can go to those DAOs and we can invest and buy their tokens, and in theory, we own a part of the, you know, science project that they're working on. That is very simple. It's like a launch pad, right? Like a new token launch. Like, we own a part of that project. But there are a lot more details when it comes to that, which I will explain. And I think that's what it means by co-own the medicines of the future, because it cures our, you know, biological problems. Like, you know, if my hair is losing, and if they develop like a hair loss kind of pill, then yeah, I can invest in that research project. And in the future, if they make a lot of profits, you know, I get a share of that profit. So that's what it is. So how is Bioprotocol doing that? Well, essentially, they are a launchpad, right? Platform for funding. Okay, so a lot of these science projects in the biotechnology kind of field, they apply, right, to be launched on biotech. If, you know, the projects look great, then they will allow them to raise funds on biotech. So to put it simply, it's like a launchpad, but there are more to that. So before we get into that, let's look at the problems and why should we need a bioprotocol, okay? And why should we need the power of decentralized science? Well, the problems with scientific funding, you know, before blockchain, there are a few actually. So first of all, it's very time consuming, okay? Indeed. So scientists spend up to like 80% of their time applying for funding, detracting from valuable research and slowing the progress in critical fields. It's very hard to get funding. The valley of death is a second problem. Many promising early stage discoveries never reach commercialization due to high risks, resource gaps, and lack of support, stalling biotech advancements. That's a shame, but that's the reality, right? Concentration of funding. Yes, so due to a concentration of funding in few geographic hubs, most of the world's scientific talent is left untapped. Complex IP and licensing barriers, and then low patient access, whatever. So I am not really a scientist, so I cannot comment on whether these are the true problems or not. I'm just gonna take their word for it. So how is Bio going to address all these problems? Like, why do we need Bioprotocol in particular? And decentralized science in general? Well, first of all, in terms of funding, there is a decentralized funding now where it allows anyone to invest in promising biotech projects. Indeed, in the case of BioProtocol, we do that through their launchpad, right? We see any promising biotech projects, we can invest in them. So I'm going to give you an example. If you go to their website and if you click on the launch app, right, wait a little bit, this will show up, and here we go. Right now, there are 3 upcoming launches of Long COVID Labs, Quantum Biology DAO, and Curatopia. So these are the 3 DAOs that focus on 3 different fields of biotechnology that we can invest in upcoming, right? So we just have to choose. You can choose Long COVID or you can choose all of them, right? But this is just a preview. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. That's how decentralized funding works, right? And the second thing is, second solution from BioProtocol is capital efficiency. Pool resources, including patient data, capital, labor, to lower the cost of biotech innovation. This is interesting. This is interesting because biotech is not only a launchpad, all right, to raise funds, but they can also offer the other resources that is relevant to the biotech advancement, including patient data and also labor. So like human resources. I don't know how they're going to do that exactly, because right now it seems like they're just a launchpad to raise the money. Okay, so I don't know where they're going to provide the patient data, how they're going to do that. Also the labor, the helper. I have some ideas. For example, the patient data, I can think of like a partnership, right? So BioProtocol would partner up with some of the data platform. If you remember Vana protocol, right? We cover Vana in a in a video, so you can watch that video right here, right on somewhere on top. So Vana is basically gathering the data of the users. I can provide my data to Vana and get money. So I think that's where this is from. I think BioProtocol would partner up with similar data collection platform and layer 1 like Vana, and then use that data to send it to the biotech researchers. So it's like they are acting as a bridge. So they're not only just a launchpad, they're also like acting as a connector, okay, a middleman, to sort of like connecting the people with data and resources to the biotech project. So it's very it's very beneficial to be on to be with biotech in terms of like researchers. For investors, yeah, we only care about the capital, the funding part. Now, the third solution is the diversified portfolio. Bio bundles together portfolios of biotech projects, reducing the risk of biotech investing through diversification. Yeah, so we can see it right here, right? There are plenty of DAOs, right, that we can invest in. What are the DAOs and who are they? Gonna talk a little bit, but yeah, so diversification, right? And then global talents and capital pool. Enable scientists, researchers, and investors worldwide to contribute labor or capital to a specific therapeutic area or drug. So I guess we're doing that through socials or whatever. And then shared IP ownership. Now, this is the most important thing. Okay, this is where BioProtocol differentiates itself from other launchpads, where if we invest in any of these DAOs token, we actually own a part of the DAO and also the scientific IP that these DAOs invest in. So in simple terms, to put it simply, right, here is how biotech works. Here's the process of how they work. If you go to their white paper documents, right, you only need to look at this picture, this image, right, in the BioProtocol part, right, and you can understand like how they work. So what this picture means is, first of all, there is BioProtocol, which is the big platform, and you see that there are 8 sort of like BioDAOs right here. So who are the BioDAOs? BioDAOs are the DAOs that invest in different specific categories of biotechnology. Okay, so for example, these are all the BioDAOs. Okay, so for example, there is a hair DAO, okay, that targets only the biotech that focuses on curing the hair loss problem in humans. Okay, and there's also a Vita DAO, right, that tackles and focus to invest mostly in biotech researches that improve or extend healthy human lifespan. So these DAOs, right, if they want to raise tokens, raise funds, right? They're gonna go to Bioprotocol and apply to be on the launchpad. If it's successful, then this is what's gonna show up, right? These are the new 3 DAOs. This one targets COVID patients and quantum biology, and this one is Curetopia rare diseases, right? And if you want, you can invest in them and you get their own DAO tokens. The Hair DAO token is called Hair. The Vita DAO token, I believe it's like Vita DAO is the name of the token. So if you purchase these tokens, you own a part of their DAO and a part of the IP of any researches that these DAOs invest in. Okay, so that is why you see this part right here, the IPTs and the IP NFTs. These DAOs will invest in different researches, and those researchers will have to issue the IPT, which is the intellectual property tokens, or the IP NFTs, the intellectual, non-fungible tokens, right? That represents like an ownership of that research. Okay, if you are a researcher, let's say targeting hair loss, you have to issue IPTs tokens, or IP NFTs, or both, right? That actually says that if you buy our tokens, you own a part of our research, and then you sell it to the BioDAOs, like the hair loss DAO, right? And the hair loss DAO, will then distribute those tokens to the members. Okay, the members can buy these different IPTs and own a part of that research. So that is what it means. Okay, so if it's still unclear, let me know in the comments. I'll try to explain it. What about the Bioprotocol? So why do we need to participate in Bioprotocol? Because if you want to buy these BioDAO tokens, you need to have the Bio token. Okay, so like a normal launchpad. So yeah, the Bio token is the governance token of Bioprotocol, which is used in the following functions, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, governance and decentralization. So if you're a holder of Bio token, you have the rights to vote on different topics across different BioDAOs, whatever. You also have whitelisted access to the BioDAO funding rounds and tokenized IP on the network. Yeah, so you need to hold the Bio token to have the whitelist to participate in the launchpad. So if you want to participate in these launchpads, you need to hold their tokens. Curation. Bio holders choose which BioDAOs, this is which, by the way, which BioDAOs are launched via the Bio Launchpad and receive support from the network in terms of funding and liquidity. So yeah, it's pretty basic. You get to vote on which DAOs can be raised or should be on the platform to raise funds. But to do that, I guess you need to have like some sort of biotech knowledge to vote on. You don't want to vote on a wrong sort of like DAO. Network BioDAOs. So Bio represents a basket of DeSci tokens as BioDAOs in the network. Contribute a percentage of their initial token supply to the protocol in exchange for funding, liquidity, and acceleration services. Yes, so these BioDAOs, right, when launching on Bioprotocol, they need to give up like a portion of their tokens. First of all, for the launch pad, and maybe furthermore, as liquidity, as future initiatives, and acceleration services. And then there is also protocol-owned liquidity. So in terms of the fundraising, right? So Bioprotocol has conducted multiple rounds of private placement financing and public placement financing, fundraising. This is a weird part because it's like contradictory with what is shown on the website. I'm gonna explain. So first of all, in terms of private fundraisers, in pre-seed round, the project of Bioprotocol has raised $900,000 at a $35 million valuation. Seed rounds, the project raised $1.4 million at a 69 valuation. Nice. And the public fundraisers, this is important. So in Genesis round 1, the project raised $6.2 million at $85 million valuation. Round 2 raised $18 million at a $142 million valuation. And then the last round, Genesis round 2.5. Why not 3? Why 2.5 though? The project raised $3.5 million at a $290 million valuation. But if you go to their website, which is right here, right? And if you go to the Genesis, this number is completely different from what they stated, what is stated on Binance. Look at that. Genesis round 1, 6.2 million. But no, on their website, it shows that in round one, they raised $21.59 million. Huge difference. And then round two raised $18.2 million. No, they raised 32.7, and final round 3.5, nope, about 5 million. So what's going on here? Why are these numbers different? Who is correct? You know what I mean? So that's what I don't know. But in terms of the valuation, I can confirm that it's correct. 85, 142, 290 million. Yes, with this price, yes, that is the correct valuation. But the amount that they raised is different. And it's not just like a slight difference. It's actually a significant difference. Like, look at that, $51.24 million in total amount raised, and this combined 6, 18, 3.5, it's less than 30 million. So almost a 2x difference. So we know that when we invest in bio protocol, right, join the launchpad and invest in these BioDAOs, we get to own a part of the IPs, right, intellectual property of the research projects. Do we actually get that right? And the answer is no. Okay, let's be honest here. We don't actually own any IPs. Okay, the IPs are owned by the researchers, by the actual people that are doing the research. We don't own anything. Okay, we own the rights to use the IP. Okay, but we have to ask, what we use it on. So I found a very interesting article that I think, if you're really interested in actually owning the research, then you need to read this, because the Molecule team is the team that founded, BioProtocol. So they built all of these like into IPTs and definitions and regulations, or not regulations, but like legal frameworks. They build all of this and they use it and apply it on BioProtocol. So this is a must, right? BioDAO, such as VitaDAO and whatever, are using intellectual property non-fungible tokens, IP NFTs, and also IP tokens, right? Developed by Molecule to secure biotech IP and research data rights on Ethereum. Okay, so yeah, the rights, we don't own it, we own the rights. Okay. BioDAOs are able to use their IP NFTs to mint IPTs, fungible tokenized memberships, in IP pools unique to their parent IP and NFTs. These IP pools, governed by token holder set rules, provide a platform for BioDAOs to empower their members to collectively develop and commercialize IP and the R&D data. Yes, so the member, which is us, we get to develop and commercialize this IP and the data from the research. However, you have to ask before doing that, because if you scroll down, where is it? Here we go. These are all the rights that we get to use with the IP of the researches that we invest in. First of all is a governance, right? Vote on different topics. Access to intellectual property. So yes, if we are the token holders, the members of these DAOs, we have access to relevant data and IP arising from the development of the IP NFT from the research, right? We have to KYC, NDA, whatever, right? However, this does not grant any license to the IP. Yeah, so we don't have any IP. And then there is also confidentiality, right? The holders must not, without consent, use or disclose any confidential information or IP for any purpose, or attempt to sell or register any confidential information, IP, research data rights developed through their participation in a token holder group. So yeah, we need consent. Obviously, these are not important. If you are like me, for example, if you are just looking for investing in the next big crypto trend, the next hot thing, the next big thing, and make money profits out of the tokens, you don't need to care about any of these intellectual property rights and whatever, right? If the tokens go up 2x, 3x, I'll be selling. Okay, I don't care about any of these things. But if you actually care about it, that's what you need to know. Okay. So the second question is, do you get the profits or the revenues or the proceeds if the researchers actually make money? And the answer is yes. Okay, the answer is yes. Now, if one of the researchers that the DAOs invest in, right, actually makes money, they are going to have to share that profits to you, right? The token holders, obviously, okay? If they don't do that, sue them, okay? But yes, they are going to have to share the profits. But because these different DAOs and researchers, they're in a very early stage of development, you know, so it might take them like a few years even to actually profit from their researches. And we don't even know if they're going to be successful, you know, because just think about it this way. If it is hard for them to raise funds in a traditional settings, that means they are not that big to be invested by those big VCs. It's very hard for them to do so, right? So it you know, there is a reason. So if they are really like close to something, if they're revolutionary, if they're really, you know, potentially profitable, then there would be VCs investing in them already. They don't have to go through this route. You know what I mean? So that's my thinking. So if you're investing in all of these DAOs with a hope that you actually profit from any of those, there is a chance. I would say that, you know, in crypto nothing is impossible, right? So there is a chance, but also in crypto it's very unexpected. You don't know what is gonna profit, and a lot of things in crypto is very short-lived. So I don't know how long this trend is gonna keep going. I've seen a lot of trends going up and down, right? That we used to think that's gonna be changing the world, but no, right? So I'm just saying, if you invest in any of these DAOs, you need to know what you're investing in. That's just my 2 cents, right? Now, moving on to the next part, the BioDAO Launchpad, and you know, just look at some of the statistics. So there has been 8 DAOs already. However, I just saw like 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know where's the last one, but obviously there are 8 DAOs. With a cumulative market cap of over $300 million, yes, you know, I looked into CoinGecko. This one is already 166. This one is 50 million, so I would say that that's true. And then the most recent BioDAO launch was 13x oversubscribed, raising over $6.8 million in initial funding. Yeah, so that's pretty hot. Acceleration and BioDAO tooling. Okay, cool. And the most notable thing that I noticed is that, you know, since the beginning, $7.3 million has been deployed into research, creating a tokenized IP portfolio for these DAOs with more than $43 million today. So that's the thing that you should care about. If you invest in these DAOs, right? Like, for example, these upcoming ones, you're going to invest in them in early stage, and, you know, in the future, they're going to grow up to like, your investment is going to grow up to at least like 6x, right? Look at that, $7 million invested, and it has turned into $43 million, so 6x. So that's what they're trying to hint here. Like, if you invest in these new ones from us, it's gonna go up 6x, you know, just a short period of time. You know, I'm just saying, not financial advice, but right. So this is the token sales and economics. The Binance Launchpool is 3% of the token supply, standard. The team is 21.2% of token supply, much higher than I would expect, but you know, whatever. The advisors is 4.7%, private investors is 13.6%, where the Molecule AG investors has 7.6% out of that. And remember, the Molecule AG is the team that create Bio, and you know, the team that's doing this, right? So yeah, they invest 7% in that. Pre-seed and seed investors comprise of 6%. Molecule AG 5% of token supply. So not only Molecule AG get 5%, but the investors also has like 7.6%, and the team also has 21%. So that's a lot when it comes to the team. No, 34% for the team in total. Community auction, public investors 20%. So in terms of investors, a lot of money allocated to investors only. So it's gonna be a huge selling pressure. 3 airdrops. The first airdrop comprised of 1% of token supply. Who are they airdropping to? I don't know. Airdrop 2, 3%, and airdrop 3, 2%. Are they done, or is it happening, or whatever? Now that I don't have any information. Let me know. Molecule Community Fund, 5%. Another Molecule community. They're allocating a lot to the Molecule people. Ecosystem incentives 4%, ecosystem incentives treasury 15%, liquidity marketing 2.5%. You know, vesting is pretty nice, I guess, like for the next 5 years. Pretty cool. Next in their plan, 2025 is going to be CX listing on Binance, DeSci AI agents. You gotta throw in AI agents in there, man, the buzzword. And then the Bio TGE on Ethereum, and then they're gonna be also on Solana and Base, so that's interesting. Multiple networks, I liked it. And BioDAOs liquidity pools, right? Long COVID labs launch, new BioDAOs announcement, Eurotopia launch. So yeah, 3 launches in January. So January is gonna be a huge month. Me personally, what I would do with this information is that I would personally purchase the tokens and join their launch pool, because, you know, again, they do say that it went 6x, you know, if we invest in it. So I'm going to try and invest in all 3 of these to see, you know, what's up. But that's it, man. That's it about, you know, Bioprotocol. Moving on to the final part and the most exciting one, we're going to talk about the official Binance launch pool of Bio token, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on how much Bio is after listing. So by the time of making this video, you have about 8 days and 5 hours left to join the launch pool. The launch pool for Bio lasts about 10 days, which is honestly a lot longer than the most of the launch pools that we had in recent months in 2024 actually, but that's fine, you know, the longer the better, I guess. So you can participate in the FDUSD pool or BNB pool. The link to participate is directly in the chat. You can use that link to support us to produce more content, so thank you very much. From my experience, if you have like $1,000 put in these launch pools, you can effectively earn about $2 to $3 per day. Okay, so yeah, I think it's kind of worth it, because if you have, you know, stable coins lying around not really doing anything, why not participate in a launch pool, you know? And if you have BNB not looking to sell them, why don't you just participate in a launch pool? Very easy. And here we go, man, the price prediction for Bioprotocol. This is an article that BSC Daily published on Binance Square, so make sure to check that out as well. Scroll down to all the way to the bottom, all right, and you're gonna see what we think about the price. Now, here we go. In our opinion, right, Bio could potentially reach an all-time high price of around 40 to 60 cents, amounting to about $500 to $800 million in market cap and near $1.3 to $1.9 billion in FDV. Subsequently, Bio market cap might fluctuate near the $300 to $400 million mark, corresponding to a price of approximately 20 to 30 cents per Bio. This is exactly what I would think of the Bio valuation. Now, if you look into the DeSci, you know, category on, you know, CoinGecko, you can see that the Vita DAO, right, one of the DAOs in Bioprotocol, reached like $166 million in market cap, right? And the biggest project in DeSci right now is called Origin Trail, 352. I think for a project like Bioprotocol, like, again, it's a launch pad. There's gonna be way super many projects, and I'm sorry, DAOs, right, launching on Bioprotocol. The opportunities are immense. If you think about, you know, joining like, you know, launch pads or launch pools in 2021 bull run, like on PancakeSwap, whatever, you make insane profits. And if you look at the PancakeSwap valuation, you know, for tokens, it's crazy, right? Few billions. So think of that, but for Biotech and for DeSci and new trend. So Bio has the potential to go up to about $700 million. To me, according to myself, $700 million in market cap, like, is expected, like minimum, right? It might go to $800 to $900 million in market cap as well. So that would make the price of Bio to be at around 50 to 60 cents. Okay, after on Binance. And yes, the price will go down depending on the market, obviously. And I think this market is so like uncertain, you know, we don't know where Bitcoin is gonna go, if it's going down or what. But yeah, because of this uncertainty, and because there are like 40% in initial circulating supply, I think there's going to be a bit of a selling pressure, so the price might go down to about $400 million market cap, which makes it about 30 cents. However, in the later stage of 2025, when the market is hot again, I think Bio can reach easily the price of $1 to $1.3, depending on, you know, how DeSci trend is gonna react in that period of time. If it's hot, it's gonna be crazy. And that's it, man. That's my video about Bioprotocol. Let me know what you think about Bio and, you know, the price of the token after listing on Binance. Do you think that $700 million is a bit overpriced or under surprised when it comes to an innovative product like Bio, the first of its kind on the 63rd Binance Launchpool project. Make sure to follow BSC Daily on our X, follow Binance, follow BioProtocol, and also join the Binance Launchpool. The link is down in description to support us. Use our link on the Binance Exchange referral to earn a 20% off of your trading fees for life. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like, subscribe, and take care, man. Happy New Year.